It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Tuesday, August the 20th. I'm Michael Groff. Abnormally hot weather with near record heat in the valley for the next few days before we start to see an increase in moisture over southern Arizona. Widely scattered showers and thunderstorms over the mountains. Will we see anything here in the valley? And of course, we also have some forecast uncertainty that we'll get into as well. First, though, we'll take a look at the almanac from yesterday. 109 degrees the high in the valley, 81 was the low, and now we are 1.62 inches behind on our rainfall for the year. Outside right now, here just after 6 a.m., we've got partly cloudy skies out there. And we start out the day at 84 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 47, humidity 27%, winds are light, and the barometer is rising. Temperatures around the area this morning, the dry air has helped us cool off quite a bit, especially over at Fort McDowell and Goldfield. Those are the cool spots. 69 degrees this morning. It's in the 70s at Saguaro Lake, out in Gilbert, parts of the East Valley, and a few of the cooler pockets. Most of us, though, are in the low and middle 80s this morning. The upper air look, well, this is an all too familiar sight. High pressure over the plain states, troughing over the eastern Pacific, and as a result, well, there it is, dry air, a southwesterly flow off of the Pacific, and that is just going to keep the monsoon moisture at bay for a while. Now, that ridge over the southern plains expands into the southwest today through Thursday, and that's really what's going to cause us to heat up. And you can see it as we check out the watch warning map. Those are excessive heat warnings here across south central and western Arizona, southeast California, southern Nevada, in effect from 11 a.m. this morning through 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Also excessive heat warnings and heat advisories for the southern plains into parts of the deep south, and a severe thunderstorm watch over sections of Iowa and Illinois. We even had a few tornado warnings earlier today in central and eastern Iowa. Severe weather outlook for today, needless to say, an enhanced risk of severe storms around Davenport, Iowa, down towards St. Louis and over to Decatur, Illinois, with the slight risk for a good portion of the Corn Belt, as well as central and northern Minnesota, a broader marginal risk for a good section of the Midwest and over toward the middle Atlantic. And the precipitation outlook valid through next Tuesday morning for the WPC. Rain amounts here in Metro Phoenix, not a whole lot to speak of. Amounts up to around an inch or so for the southern border of our state, but really monsoon activity is going to be hard to find. But let's see what we can do as we take a look at the models. Check it out. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. This, of course, is the upper look in the atmosphere where the pressure is 500 millibars. That's about 18,000 feet off the ground. High pressure building into the southwest, upper heights around 594 decameters. So, with a dry air mass down at the surface, that means mostly sunny skies today. Highs 110 to 113. The record high for today, 112, last set in 1986. So we have a pretty good chance of either tying or breaking that. Tonight, clear skies, cooler pockets get down into the 70s, most of us in the 80s. And then tomorrow, sunny, and this should be the hottest day of the forecast period. Highs 111 to 114. Some of the guidance suggests we might even be a degree or two warmer than that. And then on Thursday, isolated showers and thunderstorms begin to develop as an easterly wave moves across Mexico, really picks up the widespread deep convection over the Sierra Madres and in parts of the southern and central Gulf of California. That should send a moisture surge northward toward our state. But those storms should be confined to the mountains. Don't think we're going to see anything here in the valley. We'll call it mostly sunny. Highs 109 to 112. By Friday, some of the deeper moisture gets into Arizona. That's going to translate to higher humidity, more clouds, and as a result, temperatures should lower a bit further. Highs 104 to 107. Widely scattered showers and thunderstorms develop over the mountains. Some of those may try to sneak into the south central deserts, including Phoenix. So we'll put a 10% chance of rain into our forecast for Friday evening. But here in the deserts, the storms will be isolated. Not everybody's going to get wet, but if you do happen to get parked under one of those, could produce some gusty winds and some brief heavy rain. Same thing on Saturday. Isolated showers and thunderstorms getting into the deserts. High temperatures should come down a bit further. Over the weekend, we might just have one of those days where highs struggle to make the century mark. That'd be good news. Sunday, we'll start to see a drying trend as the ridge shifts a little bit further to the west. There was evidence of a tropical system developing over the eastern Pacific. The models are not picking up on that nearly as aggressively now, and the deeper moisture looks to stay away from us for a little while, although the humidity levels should remain elevated. We don't see any evidence of the monsoon moisture getting scoured out like we have in our current heat wave. So we'll keep the humidity up just a bit, and that means overnight lows will be higher, but daytime highs should be a little bit lower, but it's going to feel just a bit more uncomfortable. Same thing on Monday. Isolated mountain thunderstorms possible, but I think we're going to stay dry here in the valley. Highs 102 to 105. That's pretty close to seasonal averages. And then a week from today, this is Tuesday, the 27th. High pressure more or less sitting right on top of us. An inverted trough depicted off to our east. We'll watch that feature. Indications of more active weather, at least on previous model runs, although this run of the GFS looks much drier, much less hopeful, and I know you don't want to hear that. And then going out 10 days, this is the end of the forecast period. Thursday, the 29th, that looks like high pressure kind of sitting to our west, and in that regime, we would be relatively dry, maybe an isolated mountain thunderstorm, but I don't see much in the way of active weather here anymore, as the model trends are once again shifting back toward drier weather. And that, unfortunately, has been the theme of the monsoon season here for 2019, or the non-soon season, as many are calling it. All right, let's check out the quantitative precipitation forecast, the QPF, coming off of the European ensemble. How much rain might we get? Well, this doesn't look very promising either. Around 1/10 of an inch or so over the next 10 days, and even going out 15 days, not much. Some of the members show us still getting absolutely nothing, as we remain on our pace, the dubious distinction of having the driest monsoon ever, and you're living in it right here in 2019. That is very bad news. Hopefully we can turn that around. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. All right, let's check out those temperatures off of the European ensemble through the period. More bad news here. Hot today, tomorrow, Thursday. Better news there. The silver lining is we do start to cool off for this weekend. Next week doesn't look quite as bad, as we'll have a bit more humidity. And then as we go into September, maybe we can trend down a bit further. I think that's a little optimistic with highs in the upper 90s, but we're just looking at model trends here, and the trend is for somewhat cooler conditions. And maybe after Thursday, we can say goodbye to the 110s for this summer, but I'm not promising that. As you know, we can still see 110-degree temps all the way into middle September. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning, hopefully with some better news. If you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Your comments, questions, and suggestions are always encouraged as well. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Be safe out there, and you guys have yourselves a fantastic Tuesday.